Welcome to Downton Coders presentations. Please sit back and relax. We hope you enjoy our presentations, but first, let me introduce you to the team. Hi, my name is tasniimbari, but you can call me Tas. Prior to bootcamp, I used to be a backmaker and part of University of Greenwich Entrepreneurship Program, and one day I came across HTML and CSS YouTube videos, and I haven't stopped programming since.
Hi everyone, I'm Marco Zhang and I worked as a STEM tutor in my last job. I would like to be a web developer and develop e-commerce skills because I like building websites and at the same time find a sense of achievement in selling online products or service to customers.
Hi, I'm Sofia Sanchez. I joined the School of Code because I've always wanted to start a new career in tech, and I'm so excited for the new opportunities ahead of me.
Hi there, my name is Antonio. I've graduated in foreign languages and worked in a variety of different industries and done different things after that, none of which really inspired me until I fell in love with programming, as it allows me to combine logic and creativity together in one beautiful, powerful mix.
Hello, I'm Mary. Previously, I worked with Amazon as a warehouse operative and I left to become a software engineer because I wanted something that could challenge me to use my problem-solving skills and my creativity to make impact.
Hi, I'm Charlotte, and in my past career as an executive assistant, I would often be tasked with finding tech solutions for the companies I work for. Now, I am proud to say I am the one helping create those solutions.
After discussing the impact of COVID-19, we identified that a lot of people are struggling with loneliness and isolation. And we think by creating an application where the user can create an event and reach out to people with the same interests, we'll be able to help them to create that long-lasting friendship and ease their anxiety on getting back to normality.
There has been extensive research into this problem, which has led to many publications, such as the guidance produced by the Local Government Association and Association of Directors of Public Health, which highlights measures such as social distancing, shielding, and lockdown has dramatically increased loneliness and social isolation. We looked at other apps such as Eventbrite and Meetup and noticed they felt impersonal, lacked user interaction, and had no community feeling. We knew we could bridge the gap in the market by giving our users the ability to create and edit their own events and use the chat function to connect with like-minded people, ultimately creating a safe and inclusive environment that tackles these issues as a community.
We created our user personas to represent the people that might use our site, and getting a deeper understanding of our users is crucial to developing a successful product. We asked questions such as, who is the ideal user? What are their needs and goals? And what issues and pain points might they currently face? Take Mackie, for example. She is an outgoing and creative 76-year-old who enjoys visiting galleries in London. She has a weakened immune system, and since COVID, getting out and socialising has been more difficult for her. She would love to get to know more people who share similar interests and maybe visit an exhibition with them if they are happy to still wear masks. Our users are the heart and soul of this product, and to ensure that we meet their needs, we knew we first needed to understand who they are. This really helped us get a clear picture of the type of features we wanted to implement and how we could create that exceptional user experience for them.
Oh yes, I'm excited. And I hope you are, because now we know who the users are, and therefore we present to you xpeerience.
So let's show you what our app does and looks like. First, we welcome the users to a nice landing page that shows what we're all about, which is creating connections through shared experiences. We then have a range of events coming from our MongoDB database, organized in a nice and simple slider. And finally, we have a mission statement. Now, users have two options. They can either browse the website as guests, which will only allow them limited access, or they can register and log in, which will allow them to use all the features. For authentication, we have used JWT or JSON Web Token because of its simplicity and ease of implementation. So let's try logging in using a dummy user that we have created for this occasion. So right after logging in, our users are redirected to our main page, which contains all our events and our chat section. So right at the top, we have some basic filtering and a simple pagination system built purely using React.js. So I can browse through the different events on the website. We can filter using both location or category. Let's say I want to check all the events that are currently in London. So I'm just going to type London, click on search. There go my result. Or maybe I just want a day at the museum. So let's click on museum. And there I have all the museum events. We also have a section for our users to create their own experience. It's just a very simple form to fill out and be submitted. And this will add the entry to our database. Finally, we have our chat section, which sits fixed at the bottom right part of the screen, so as not to clutter the user interface. To implement our chat, we used a library called socket.io, which came highly recommended due to its low latency and its both client-side and server-side implementation. This connects the front end to the back end, and it allows users to talk in real time. It's a very simple and neat interface. Just type my name and type a message quickly.
Whenever you're on our main page or landing page, you can select one of these tiles, and it will redirect you to a selected event page. It will give you some suggestion of events that you like to go. If you like to attend this event, you can click on this button, and it will increase the attending by 5. If you decide not to go anymore, you just can click it again and reduce to 4. Finally, you're on the dashboard page. You can see the event that you could go in, and also the event that you can edit your event, and also you can clear the event as well.
Oh, wow. I hope you enjoyed our demonstration there. Well, let me walk you through our planning journey. Since most of us haven't worked as a team before, we started off with getting to know each other and sharing our ideas. We agreed to have stand-ups every morning and close the day with retros. And we decided to rotate the role of coordinating the stand-ups on a daily basis. We democratically decided which features to implement in our app, and then we did some brainstorming section to come up with an idea of what our app should be. And then we did some research and started planning our app development. We used a ScareDraw to ideate implementing Disney ideation, where we set our dream app in the dreamer phase, and at the realistic phase, we discussed potential achievements as well as restriction within the time frame. And finally, at the critics phase, we looked into our knowledge gaps and defined the 4 weeks MVP of our app. And we used Trello to set out tasks, which help us transition ideas along each Disney ideation phase.
Here is our app architecture. We have designed 2 rules. One is for login user and the other is for non-login user. For the first one, user starts at landing page and will arrive the main page after logging in. Then he can click an event to go to select event page, or go to dashboard to see all his joined events or edit the events that he created. For the non-login user, they can only serve the landing page, main page, and select event page. This further developed the MVP of our project for the registered users and unregistered users.
For our MVP, we decided we wanted to separate registered users from unregistered users and only give full access to the site's features if they sign up. We did this for a number of reasons. 1, for our users' security and privacy, but 2, to give our users a reason to sign up and take part in the sense of community that the site creates. Our registered users would be able to view and create experiences. They could access their chat feature, where they can socialize and chat to fellow experiences. And they would have access to their dashboard, where they could manage their experiences and their personal details. Whereas our unregistered users would not be able to access the chat feature or create experiences. However, they would still be able to view any experiences that had been created. For us, building those connections between people was really important, which is why we decided, as part of the MVP, we would include the chat functionality on the main page and later implement individual chat sections in each experience that was created. Also, as part of our MVP, We decided that we would like our users to have the option to search for all experiences. They could search by popular categories or by location. We will want to implement a more detailed search criteria to include things like search by date and time as well.
When we design our application, we make sure that accessibility is part of our top priority. We want people of all ages and people with different disabilities to be able to use our application. We also want to make sure that our design does not discourage people by having too much design noise on the application. So at the beginning, when someone enters our website, they will be redirected to a landing page. And from landing page, whenever they sign up or log in, they will be sent to a main page. And whenever they click on the individual tiles, they will be sent to an event page. We also created an individual dashboard page for the user so they can edit and delete the event they created and also have a look at the event they sign up for. After creating low fidelity wireframe, we continue on and create a high fidelity wireframe. For high fidelity wireframe, we're focusing on color schemes, and we wanted our website to have a great contrast in colors. And we make sure that we use tools available online so that we'll be able to achieve our target. And that's it from wireframe sections, and thank you for listening.
Here you can see our extensive component tree, which we created for all 4 of our pages. It breaks down each component into individual sections, including class name and test ID. This helped us when naming our components and CSS modules. It also serves as a navigation tool when looking for a specific component.
Here are the text tags we use for our app. For our backend, we use Express.js to create our API endpoints, and they use JSON Web Token to authenticate and authorize our users. All the information are stored in MongoDB database, which was deployed on Heroku. We decided to use MongoDB because we wanted a data model that can give us the flexibility we need in our agile development process to help us reshape our data structure if we need to. For our front end, we use React.js. This is because React is scalable and fast. Also, we use React Bootstrap to maintain a responsive app, and the app was deployed to Netlify. We also used GitHub for managing our code. Neat features were built using Git branches, and a pull requests were carried out before any code from various branches were merged onto the main branch. This is to ensure continuous integration and the deployment. We tested our front end using Jest and React testing library, and our backend we tested with Jest. We also used Trello and Jira for project management.
For the planning, we use Agile method to create tasks and Jira software to assign tasks to teammates. We have the front-end task session, back-end task session, and connecting front-end with back-end task session. We divide our group into the front-end team and back-end team, where each team has 3 teammates. After we finish the task in the front-end and back-end, we do the connection between them. For example, the front-end team did the slider in the landing page. The back-end team did the API for the website getting the events data. Then we connect them together to make it functioning without using dummy data. We have a daily schedule to make sure we have a stand-up before going into work and enough break between working hours. It is almost the same structure with the one in Hackathon Friday.
As our final project comes to an end and we reflect on the process, we can tell you some of the challenges we faced along the way. Firstly, learning new technologies we haven't used before, such as MongoDB, resolving merge conflicts in GitHub when merging our separate branches with the main branch, connecting the front end to the back end, re-evaluating our MVP and adapting functionalities such as modifying our design, stripping back the chat feature, and reducing our search filters, and also making each page responsive. We took on each challenge as a team, ensuring everyone felt heard, supported, and valued. Learning lots of technical skills was a big part of our project, but most importantly, the importance of communication, self-awareness, and teamwork.
Finally, having successfully reached our MVP, we had to acknowledge that there were many features and things we wanted to add that had to be left out due to time constraints. These are areas of improvement that we have identified, and each one of them is a direction that our app could further expand into. For each one of them, we have tried to estimate how long a basic implementation would take. Number one, we'd like to expand our chat functionality, allowing for different rooms based on themes and topics, and also allow for users to create their own rooms. We have estimated that this would roughly take us about a month of work. Number two, we'd like to add comment sections to each event. This would basically just mean replicating some of the work that's already been done and just create a few additional components. We've estimated this will take us about 2 weeks. Number three, currently when users create new events, they can't upload an image, but they can only add a link to it. We would like to enable them to do so, possibly using some kind of service like Microsoft Azure storage. We estimated this will take us about 3 weeks. And lastly, we would like to add a proper user dashboard, including some analytics aspect to it, maybe using some JS library like Chart.js or D3.js. Again, we've estimated this will take us about 3 weeks of work.
That's the end of our presentation. Please feel free to ask any questions.